We're on.
Good afternoon. I'm Brenda Rice, a nurse, and I am a Villages OKC member. I am mostly retired from Integris Community Wellness, and where I was a community health educator. And I've been talking with some friends and just doing some thinking in these new times we're living in. And I mentioned to a friend yesterday, now is the time to take the very best care of yourself. That includes me, and in all those years that I did health education, there's some good things you can do. We all know you need to be washing your hands. We know that. Keep that up. But what else can you do? And so I've just been thinking this through, and one thing that you think you're getting a lot of, but maybe you're actually staying up late or watching Netflix, you need to get your rest, okay? All of this kind of falls into getting a routine. Most of us had a pre-coronavirus routine. We've got a new routine that's going to be different from everybody, but you need to get into a routine. All these parents that are now having to homeschool their kids, they're realizing, oh, a routine is a really good thing. That's good for us too, okay? So I'm going to just give you some practical ideas on how you can take the very best care of yourself. I include myself in this. I have an underlying chronic condition, and that is taking care of my blood pressure. Now is the time to make sure I've got at least a 90-day supply. I need to be taking care of that, not skipping my meds. I look at taking care, especially with diabetes and other chronic conditions. I used to tell people it's kind of like sitting on an old milking stool. If you know what that is, it had 3 legs, not 4, 3-legged stool, okay? Now, those 3 legs, and if you don't have them all together, you cannot keep a good balance. So the legs are movement. Some people don't like the word exercise, so just move, okay? And I'll give you a couple ideas in a minute. Diet, how you eat, and then medication if you're taking it. Now, those 3 you have to be working together to have a stable place to manage yourself from. You take one of those legs out, it doesn't work very well. You're going to fall off that. So, a big thing that's changed for us, the FLC and our exercise places are gone. We're not even sure if we can get out in public and walk. The malls are closed. So how are we supposed to get exercise in? Well, this is a great time to get on that YouTube and you just type in chair exercises. There are a multitude of videos out there, okay? Doesn't have to be, I'm not in a wheelchair. Now, I'm not saying that. It's just something you can do. If nothing else, promise yourself every time a commercial comes on TV, you're going to get up, you're going to hang on to a chair if you need to, and you need to march in place. The higher you raise your knees, the more exertion. If you can just raise a little bit, great. But if you would march in place for every minute that a commercial plays, you'd be amazed, and you will get your heart rate up. But I'm serious, you need to keep moving, okay? If you already got a plan in place, this is not the time to let that go. But do something. If you haven't done it for a while, start slow, but do something to move every day. I just got a meme that says, oh, I'm going to look at our new vacation plans for this weekend, where we're going to go. It is a map of your house. If you have to walk around every room in your house or around outside, whatever it takes, do it. The next thing is your diet. Oh, goodness. You're at home most of the day. Those snacks are just calling you, aren't they? And if you got to the store a week or so ago, you had all that Easter candy and Valentine's just finished. So I'm just saying. Now is the time actually to pull out those old menu books and recipe books that your doctor gave you when you found out you had diabetes or high blood pressure. Take a look at those again. I am a great fan of Googling, and there are a multitude of good, healthy recipes out there. If you're at home, what an awesome time to try new ingredients, to try new recipes. You need to be cooking at home. Great idea. Take good care of your diet. Just don't sit there and snack and stuff yourself. I know it's a temptation, but now is not the time to do that. Take a good look at what you're eating. If you're not sure, put a call into your doctor. Did you remember you had that appointment with the nutritionist? Remember what they said? Good time to remember that now, okay? And again, don't go to page 890 on Google, please. Stay to reliable sources, okay? If you got a heart condition, it's American Heart Association. If you got diabetes, it's American Diabetes Association. That's a place to start, okay? Next thing is your meds. Don't run out. Don't get really low. Most pharmacies and doctors know that this is an unusual time. Hopefully you can get that in before you run out. Don't wait the day before you run out, please, to get your meds refilled. If possible, if you're not already get the 90-day. If you had a really active routine before and now you're not and you're on insulin, you need to check with your doctor. Be checking your blood sugars because that change will do something to how that all works, okay? So, talk to the doctor before there's problems. Don't wait to the last minute. Now is not a time we need to be also frequenting the ER because we haven't taken care of ourselves. That's for the really sick right now. Again, take the very best care of yourself now. And your significant other or your friends, encourage them to do the same. Two other things I want to mention that are on everybody's radar right now is that, especially if you're dealing with some things, some chronic conditions, you can do all those things, but one thing that will influence it is your stress level. People with diabetes, you can be eating well, you can be resting, you can take in your meds, but if you're really anxious, stress will raise your blood sugars. Stress can raise your blood pressures. So, have faith. Talk to God about that. You can talk out loud all you want now. You can pray, you can sing. Now is the time to get those videos from pastor or your church. You can, if they're on YouTube, you can replay them over and over. Whatever it takes, be conscious of your breathing. I really like the deep breathing. Breathe in, hold it, let it go. Whatever you do, be conscious of that. Be mindful of your stress level. There's a lot of things none of us can control right now. But you got to find out what helps you. Call a friend. Along with the stress level, this is not the time to just focus just on yourself. Yes, we're a little bit isolated, but that doesn't mean that we're alone. And that's one thing villages can help with. Reach out to your friends, reach out to the fellow members, reach out to your family, reach out to your church family. Figure out one way. I've never used a computer. Well, guess what? Zoom is not hard. Facebook is not hard. All of these things, if you have a phone and you do it, click on that button to try it. Start the idea of your Bible study or your Sunday school group. Can you do a FaceTime? Look at those options because now's when we need them. Now's a good time to learn something new. Stretch your brain. Reduce your anxiety. Trust in God. If you're a member, you've been around for a while, you've lived some things. I can learn from you. Pull on those reserves. Pull on your past experience. Trust God. Don't worry. Take really good care of yourself. Blessings. Brenda.